I'm going to speak briefly. I've had a lot of questions about this item. This item was actually featured in my original book, Luciferian Witchcraft, and this is the Staff of Cain, or the Staff of the Adversary. And this is actually a totemesque type object, and I'll kind of go over the meaning a little bit to further explore the concept of a fetish and what it actually does. This item, I obtained a coyote skull back in the early 1990s, and the item actually sat on my altar of choice during those years. And upon my path of exploring Cain and what became Luciferian Witchcraft, I actually decided to make a spirit kind of a totem or a spirit fetish to where specific elements are attributed to that item. And when I focus on that, that attributes and builds upon a magical concept. So over the years this has been added to, but the skull, and actually I was lucky to have the fangs with the item. I actually bound it to a staff which has the sigils of Cain as I received them for Luciferian Witchcraft, and they were burnt into the wood, as well as some Luciferian elements and different sigils. Each one has very specific meaning. I used toad skin from one of the toad rites that I did in the late 90s and early 2000. And I have several dried serpents. Now, the thing with serpents, because I collect actual snakes and have them as family members, if you will, I never have killed any of these items beyond the toad in the workings, which I don't really talk about. But the snakes are found or given as a gift by nature, if you will. And actually this was the first snake that I ever had, and he was a water snake. And he bit every time I picked him up. If anyone got near him, he attacked. He was very fierce, but he actually got out of his cage, and he was a wild snake, and he got hit by a car. I found him 2 days later, and during a rite he became a part of this fetish as well. The horns, on here represent the lycanthropic spirit, or the spirit of the beast, or Cain, if you will. The toad represents the adversary in an earthly form. One of the first forms of Ahriman is the toad. And then you have the jawbone, and I've used my own blood to kind of bind spiritual patterns and put a bit of myself on this item. The black candle holder is actually held by the base of a human spine, and this makes a perfect candle holder. You just have to melt it a little bit to keep it in there. And it's bound with leather and actually a snake skin from a small coral snake. This is actually a cat jaw and fang from my favorite cat, which I had in the 90s, who actually passed away when I moved to Houston. And I honored him by placing him on this and another item. So utilizing objects like this in magic or just meditation work is a very powerful thing. I think more people involved in magical practice should use their own things and create art from them. It can mean a lot in the long run, and it makes a powerful, spiritual companion if you're doing works. So this is actually what the Staff of the Adversary, or Staff of Cain, is.